first, I want us to give a big thank you to William Zepeda. Because of William Zepeda, we finally found out who Shakur Stevenson is. He had to go sit down. We're going to talk about that. I'm T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360. 8 rounds to 4. You can argue 7-5 for Shakur Stevenson, the cleaner, effective counter-punching. My concern is he was hanging out on the ropes too much, and he's got a little cut there on the eye, it looks like. He was letting William Zepeda tee off on him. We're here live real time, by the way. I'm T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360. The pacing of this card has been phenomenal. It is 10:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July the 12th, 2025. The main event, or it's supposed to be co-main events, 2 main events, this Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. Coming up next is Edgar Berlanga and Hamzah Sheeraz. And I got to be honest, this has been an amazing weekend of boxing. This card has been phenomenal. David Morrell versus Imam Chayatev, even though that was a bad decision in my opinion, still top tier fight. Alberto Puello versus Sabril Matias, even though I feel was a bad decision, still top tier fight. Let's not forget the women's card the night before, July the 11th. And remember, this is in New York. So here's my analogy, or how I'm going to describe this fight. Shakur Stevenson fought, in my opinion, like Mayweather fought Marcos Maidana in the first fight, where you really started to see Mayweather's legs were starting to go. Now he's still great, and then Mayweather would have still washed the whole division at that time, but he wasn't pretty boy. He was officially fully money Mayweather at that time. And you saw shades of it against Cotto when Cotto had him in the corner. And he was relying on the shoulder roll and defense and less of foot movement to get him out of there. I meant to get his opponents out of there. Oh, there. All right. So what I'm trying to say is Shakur is great. And we finally got to find out who he is tonight. He almost got dropped by a jab. He was taking a lot of body punches, the most punches he's ever took in a fight by far. And this was when it came to, let's listen in. This was already in round number 2, the best fight of his career, the best opponent of his career already. By the way, look at the scenes there. They sold that joint out looking like not fully sold out, but let's listen to these cards. I bet it's going to be funky. We're going to have an ugly card in there. But I'm impressed by both fighters. Like, really impressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of non-stop action, we go to the scorecards.
I smell a split decision.
First score, 118 to 110. That's from Glenn Feldman. Mike Fitzgerald, 118 to 110. Kevin Morgan has it 119-109 to the winner by unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Newark, New Jersey, and still the undefeated WBC Lightweight Champion of the World, Shakur.
He won, but I don't think it was that wide. Because there was some real tension in them first 4 or 5 rounds of this fight. We're going to listen to the post-fight interview. But, biggest win of his career by far, the best fight of the night. Shakur Stevenson got, and let me say something else. His shoulder roll is legit. Now, over the last several years, since Floyd Mayweather been full-time, we've seen a lot of bullshit shoulder rolls, but Shakur Stevenson, he has the best shoulder roll in boxing. It's defensively and offensively effective. Yeah, sometimes he got stuck in the mud a little bit and got hit, but it happens. That's what I was saying about old man Money May Floyd-ish, to where, let's listen in.
Looked like the finest performance of your career. Was that the performance you were looking for?
Nah, I came in here to prove a point. It wasn't the performance I was looking for because I came in here trying to prove a point and I was trying to fight. So I took more punishment than usual But at the end of the day, I told y'all, whatever it takes to get the job done, I got dog in me.
He did it amazing.
I'm not no puppy. I'm not no poodle. I'm a tough guy, so I got dog in me. I fought.
You heard a lot over the last week or so about running, about punch output. What point do you think you proved tonight?
I proved that I'm a dog. That was one of the toughest fighters at 135 pounds. I want a lot of people to get in the ring with him and see how tough he is. So he came in, he pushed me to another level.
You took the most punishment, at least the most punches landed you have in your professional career. What adjustments, how deep did you have to dig tonight?
I had to go on my bag. He just kept coming. He tried to pin me against the ropes, so I had to switch it up and not sit against the ropes too long. So I sit there, I time it for like 5 to 10 seconds, and that's what we did.
You took control of this fight in the second half. I thought you dominated really from the fourth round on. What were those adjustments that you made in the second half of the fight?
Once again, I had to stay off the ropes, pick my punches, and make sure I come out victorious. Zepeda's a tough guy. I put a lot of punishment on him tonight, and I just want to thank y'all for the opportunity.
You say you want to be in big fights. This was a big fight tonight. What's the next big fight you want to be into?
Whoever. I want to go back to the drawing board, work on my game a little bit, get a little bit physically stronger, and when I come back, I'm going to be even better.
Is that what it looks like when Jerry wins?
For sure. Jerry came in and did what he had to do.
That was a hell of a fight.
Congratulations, Shakur. Okay.
Oh, look at my beautiful baby girl. She came here and she supported me, so I appreciate her so much. I love you.
Any comment?
Your dads are awesome.
Say thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy.
Well done, and well done, Shakur Stevenson. Guys?
Why are we not interviewing the losers? I wanted to hear from Alberto Puello. I wanted to hear from my mom, Chayatev. I wanted to hear from William Zepeda. They did it the whole night. So I hope that Shakur Stevenson, he proved. You know, I did think that he was tired at the end of the fight. There was one point in time, it was about, I don't know, maybe about 80 seconds left in round number 10. He did this blatant look up at the clock to see what time it was, how much time was left in the round. And then he initiated the most blatant rest clinch you could possibly ever do. And there was no clinching in this fight. In fact, there were several punches on both sides that I thought strayed low. And it looked like at one point in time, or several times that, and it wasn't intentional, or at least on one side, that Shakur would accidentally hit Zepeda low, and then Zepeda would come back with something else. Like, it was like, you know, you hit me, so I hit you. And the referee did a phenomenal job by staying out of the way. And it looked like Zepeda had threw more than 500. Was power punches thrown. 500 power punches. 358 thrown for Stevenson. 501 for Zepeda. 153 landed for Zepeda. 199 landed for Shakur Stevenson. And that really started coming the second half of the fight. And he landed at 56% of his power punches. So even though this was the most he's ever been hit, you know, in any fight, maybe 2 or 3 fights combined, he still was able to keep his percentages up. So I got to be honest, he proved it to me. He's a special fighter. He's a special. Like, I never doubted him being special before, but finally we got something to go off. And some people are going to say, okay, well, you know, Tevin Farmer didn't really get beat up like that. You know, styles make fights. And especially on this stage, you know, both fighters and Zepeda and Shakur knew what was on the line. You know, so obviously there's not going to be any talks of any rematches, and I'm interested to see where Shakur Stevenson is going to go from here. And hopefully, it doesn't look like it. Hopefully, he didn't hurt his hand, but we do know he's been flirting with moving up. Because let's face it, you know, the Tank fight, by the way, Tank was arrested. I got to do a video on that soon. Because it's a whole big thing there on whether, you know, he's going to fight in August now or be able to fight anytime soon, because he was on probation. He may have to go do some time. And he's been carrying PBC as an organization, and now David Benavidez is over with the Saudis. Obviously, it may be fight by fight, but, Tank Davis, was very important to PBC, and if he got to end up going to jail, that's going to be crazy. So, I can't see Shakur Stevenson going and fighting Andy Cruz or Raymond Muratalla. I just feel that Zepeda was the rival in the division and the guy that he was going after, and I will not be surprised if we see his next fight at 140 or he just goes all the way up to 147. I will not be surprised. As far as Zepeda is concerned, well, he would beat Muratalla. I would have picked him to beat Muratalla even before Shakur Stevenson. Abdullah Mason, let's see what happens with Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes on that November card that's headlined by David Benavidez and Anthony Yard. Abdullah Mason hasn't proven to me anything yet. I'm seeing the flashes, but I haven't seen enough. So we're going to see how that plays out. And as far as Muratalla, Andy Cruz is going to beat Muratalla. And Andy Cruz, he's kind of a big 135er, so I don't expect for him to be at 135 too long anyway. But the next fight to be made at 135, if Shakur moves up, would be either between Zepeda and Abdullah Mason if he beats Noakes, which she should, and or Zepeda, Andy Cruz, or Andy Cruz, Abdullah Mason. So, Shakur Stevenson, I don't think that he's going to fit into there too much. And then also you got Isaac Cruz floating around out there too, between 135 and 140. With that being said, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. This card has been phenomenal, man. This has been an excellent, phenomenal week of boxing. Let me see, by the way, what fans are saying. If people are saying Zepeda's got robbed, because there's been some crazy cards. Shakur was looking like Floyd tonight. Okay. No, seriously, this fight he looked just like Floyd when Floyd fought Maidana. The first fight looked just like, and it's not bad. Because older Floyd was still washed, as I said, would have still watched a division at that time. And that shoulder roll is immaculate. Like, it's immaculate. So you were seeing a lot of times Zepeda was throwing the flurries in the ring, but he was kind of rolling like they were rolling off, All right, on to the main event. See you guys later. By the way, live streams are back, so I can't wait to do a recap with you guys on Monday night. And we'll be able to talk about everything. So stay tuned. I'm going to have a consistent streaming schedule coming up in the next week. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at @TStreetControversy. The links to my social media are right down below in the description box, and the main event is starting.